Hello Pisces, Pisces Rising, and Pisces Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting November 27th, 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you Pisces people out there, remember if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com. So, what is going on with your astrology this week? Well, on Tuesday, we've got Mercury, planet of communications, haste, and intel, forming a tight conjunction with Saturn in your 10th house of career. And when these two come together, there's a pause for correction that seems to happen. And it looks like this is happening at the office. Usually with Mercury conjunct Saturn, we have to go have a sit down, or phone call, or email. We're checking somebody. Who has maybe been handling our career or handling our work or the job we do for them all wrong. This could be an important check-in or a sit-down with, a client, and possibly even a sit-down and a check with an authority figure. Interestingly enough, this can actually go your way. What we're trying to do with this Mercury conjunct Saturn is to, again, correct something that has gone awry, a misinterpretation or a mismanagement. Don't be afraid to do it. On Saturday, we've got Jupiter, planet of luck, abundance, and expansion in your 9th house of higher education, travel, government, legal proceedings, as well as your cultural expansion, your spiritual life. And it's forming a lovely trine to Neptune, currently in your sign. And there could be some kind of special gift coming your way from afar, whether it's the gift of a trip to travel abroad, a gift coming from a school or university, or again, possibly a legal or government institution, but a gift coming your way nonetheless. You may be receiving some kind of message over the weekend, an email or something like that, but something being handed off to you as a show of benevolence. So make sure that you're there to receive it. So what's going on? Well, you don't have to be there if it's like digital, obviously, live your life. I have to qualify, you have no idea. For your spiritual advice, when it comes to your cards, we do have the card of Earth. Utilize logic, reason, and common sense is the prompt. And this week, Earth can talk about a need to also pay attention to grounding. Alright? Grounding and fairness can be a huge priority when it comes to the element of Earth. And paying attention to equity instead of trying to answer to, emotions. Now, emotions are very valid and very important, but sometimes when it comes to the Earth card, it's important to pay attention to where, the equity and the fairness is being ignored for, again, the sense of emotional turmoil or emotional need. Now, when I say emotions, it doesn't necessarily always have to go back to things like family or romance. This can also go into other areas of our life. Talk about utilizing logic, reason, and common sense. Sometimes we may find ourselves this week in a situation where we need to learn to employ Occam's razor. Sometimes the most simple explanation is the correct one. And this might actually be something that you have to instill in other people who may be getting a bit out of sorts, imagining all kinds of crazy, for whatever reason. And believe me, we've all had situations where we've had to talk a friend or two off the ledge because they're about to do something reckless because they've imagined something worse or more fantastical than it really is. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we have the Hangman reversed. And again, this is a card basically saying do not compromise this week, do not go out of your way to buckle, especially in negotiations where it seems like you may be getting a raw deal. The Hangman reversed, however, can indicate somebody coming off the fence and taking your side in a debate or a negotiation where you could either use the support or the endorsement. This could be somebody with a lot of power and a lot of sway. The Hangman reverse can, however, also indicate this week there could be a chance that we may lose somebody that we're used to working with. Whether it's a collaborator, a work contact, or even a client. The Hangman reverse is actually saying you need to let them go. There may be some times where we worry about where the next paycheck's coming from, if we lose that person, or the Hangman reverse is saying, look, the refusal on both sides to compromise, mostly theirs, is basically saying you cannot work with this person anymore. There may be a shift in demographic that you're approaching, or perhaps a shift in people you should be working with, and this person's taking up too much space. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Judgment card reversed. And this card can show up when it comes to friends and relatives who Basically, you know, there could be an issue going on with one of them sort of just taking a bit too much of a screw-it attitude towards life this week. The Judgment card reversed can indicate some disappointment, especially where you have a friend or a relative who is trying to, or maybe you've left something in his or her hands and they haven't actually gotten it done. Now, it could just be a case, again, Occam's razor, of us just betting on the wrong horse, you know. But one of the things about the Judgment card reversed that we need to pay attention to is that, you know, if this person is not getting it done, then maybe they don't deserve as much faith in this one instance as we're giving them, okay? Very important. Your challenge this week with fire is the Hermit card reversed. All right, not a bad card to get as a challenge. All right, the challenge with the Hermit card reversed can talk about keeping visibility or making sure you're putting yourself out there, not to get so discouraged by any kind of troubles or tribulations you may be going through this week that you try to hermit up just a bit too much. In fact, the Hermit card reversed can indicate that maintaining visibility is actually a good strategy sometimes. Sometimes you need to show somebody, hell, I ain't going nowhere, so you better shape up. And this is the kind of card you want to see with the Hermit reversed. It's kind of saying, look, I am staying here, I am staying out in the open, you're not going to intimidate me away, you're not going to boss me into a corner, and I don't care what your damages are. And the Hermit card reversed really does say that a lot of you know, Pisces people need to pay attention to where, you know, standing your ground can sometimes just mean staying on that ground, and you don't have to do anything else. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we have the Eight of Swords reversed. Very, very nice card, and yes, reversed cards can be good. And in fact, this is proof. Because the Eight of Swords reversed often talks about somebody releasing a complex or something that they've been holding on to that has been coming between you and love. Or maybe just the quality of life you want to have with your relationship. Because when we think about the Eight of Swords upright, a person is sort of frozen in time. Their emotions, their psychology, or their opinions, you know, seem to all like be stuck. It's almost like here we are in 2017, but maybe there's a part of this person that's still in 2010. Well, with the Eight of Swords reversed, we have a release and relief of that. This could be wonderful news, especially if you've been dealing with a situation where perhaps, you know, while a very valid problem, maybe a partner or a crush has been going through, maybe it's grief, maybe it's stress, maybe it's worry, maybe it's other obligations that they have. The Eight of Swords reversed is saying room and time is now being made for you as this person has finally cleared whatever this shadow is. So that's always good news to hear. Just a quick reminder for everybody, remember all of these cards are reversed, which does indicate that we actually do have more room to play this week. Reversed cards, especially in abundance, can indicate that the energy is not as firm as it looks. Now, while I never believe that fate is set in stone, I believe it's a tide and we always have our options. It's always good to remember that every once in a while. You know, this still looks like a damn good week, even though there may be a few little bumps. So that is your horoscope, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or you can just go to integrativemysticism.com.